So I'm going to run through the timeline of things that got broken on the RS for the head gasket recall. I dropped it off February 5th. Today is March 23rd, or 22nd rather. So first things first, the parts went on back order. Excuse me, holy hell. Which we all knew, with all of us with RSs. Parts went on back order like crazy for that recall. So they called me about a week after I dropped it off, said, hey, yeah, parts are on back order. Oh, by the way, we broke your engine cover. So that engine cover went on back order, and it's still on back order today on March 22nd. And there's no point in guessing when it'll come back in because it's been almost a month. After all that went through, they said, yep, we're really sorry about the engine cover, but, we'll get that recall done, and, not a huge deal on the engine cover. I can still drive it around without it. I mean, I'm not going to pop the hood and show people it's gone or anything, so whatever. So then on March 12th, they called and said, hey, we've got good news and we got bad news. I'm like, well, hit me with the good news first. And, well, originally parts were supposed to ship March 15th, but now it's the 12th and they're done. And we actually got everything done and finished up your head gasket recall, which is fantastic. I was super happy about it. All right, well, what's the bad news, And he goes, well, we broke your wing. We busted your wing off in the car wash because it's an automatic car wash, and it's not our tech's fault. It's the car wash's fault. Unavoidable, just happens, all the time. Totally normal. This is Freeway Ford in Bloomington, Minnesota, so feel free to send them some hate mail for me. So yeah, they broke the wing. So they said, yeah, it's on back order. It's coming from England. We don't know when it'll be done. And I'm like, all right, I'll give it a week. And if they don't have it, which here's a video of the broken wing. So yeah, they said if we don't have it within a week, or I said if you don't have it within a week, I'm gonna come pick the car up. I'm gonna drive it around anyway until the wing gets in. I don't care if it looks bad. I'm just gonna come in and drive it around. And they said, yep, okay, that's fair. So I came into the dealership on March 16th when I decided to pick it up on a Friday, and they said, yep, car's good to go, just waiting on the wing. So I leave, and I don't really get on the highway or anything. I'm just going to fill up on gas, and I go, God, something's scraping every time I hit the brakes. This is really weird. So I pull into the gas station, and this, like usual, this 19-year-old guy comes up, and, hey, dude, like, oh, that RS is so cool. Like, I'm so jealous, blah. And I'm like, oh, thanks a lot. Hold on. I'm like, wait a sec. So I look underneath. This is what I see. Awesome. Yep. So they left it outside for 5 weeks in the snow in Minnesota. It snowed, rained, sleeted, everything you can imagine. And they pulled it out of the snowbank and punctured a hole in the bottom of it, which pissed me off. But they cleared the snow out and said, hey, we're really sorry. This is a freak accident. I'm like, well, someone clearly wasn't paying attention or decided they'd take the low front end of that car and just drag it over a snowbank, and there's the result. So again, not the tech's fault, It's nobody's fault. It's just something that happens with recalls, I guess. So now I'm a little pissed off about the whole dealership breaking my car constantly. So I say, all right, well, what's going on? They said, all right, we put that on order. It's on back order, the little plastic undercarriage piece. And, car's good to go. We clipped it all back up, took all the snow out. We're really sorry. We apologize. We'll get you hooked up or whatever. But yeah, it should be good to take today still. Okay, cool. So I get out on the highway, no turbo. Intake's unplugged apparently, which it was. It was unplugged. And they said it was good to go. They said they test drove it. Everything checked out. Motor's good. Car's ready to drive without boost. So whoever drove it clearly never even got it going fast enough to find out. Either way, if you're working on a Focus RS, you'd think that'd be on your checklist to make sure boost is going and make sure turbo is actually spooling up, which it wasn't. And I got back to the dealer and said, hey, I don't think the turbo is spooling at all. I don't know what's wrong. And they said, well, there's no engine codes. Are you sure? So I said, yeah, get in the car. Took him out for a spin. And he said, well, maybe it's just part of the head gasket recall. It might just have a lot less power than it did before. He said, you realize if this car made this small amount of power that nobody would have bought it? Okay, well, anyway, we threw an engine coat about 10 seconds later on the highway, thank God. Bring it back to the dealer. They say, hey, man, if you got time, ended up, this was over lunch, turned into a half day. I took the rest of the day off work because I wanted to bring the car home this bad. And they said, hey, if you want to take 1 hour, we'll see if we can fix it up for you real quick. Come back, car's totally good to go, man. Intake was unplugged. Super embarrassing, the intake line for the turbo was unplugged. So that's why I wasn't making any boost. And I go, wow, crazy that I think that's what it was. Turns out it was. So this is trip 4 leaving the dealership that day. Same Friday, I came in to pick it up with a broken wing that they broke. Car's bucking like crazy down the highway. Now it starts building up boost. I'm like, oh, there's the turbo. I floor it in second gear. I'm so excited. Oh, I got my car back. I've been driving these base model Focuses and Fusions and this F-150. It's great, but I don't like it. This is my car. This is why I bought the RS. And it starts bucking like a Bronco going down the highway. Broken spark plug. They said they didn't touch it during the recall and that it came like that from the factory. So if you have an RS, you might want to go check your spark plugs because that was arcing in my motor is what they told me. They said, yeah, it was broken in half and arcing, and that's why your car was bucking super hard going down the highway. And it did throw the little engine light, not check engine light, but like the actual engine, like when your motor's effed. If you ever had an old car, which I have. All this goes down. I say, dude, I'll be back on Monday. Just give me the loaner. And they didn't know it was a broken spark plug right away. So then they call me Monday. Oh, yeah, we didn't touch it. It wasn't our technicians. It came like that from the fact. Okay. So anyway, I just went on vacation, and yesterday I dropped the car off, March 21st. So remember, I dropped the car off February 5th. It is now March 21st. I'm dropping it off for a wing they broke. And they call me today, and this is what they sent me a picture. So naturally, how am I supposed to react to that? That is outrageous. Geez, I'm losing track. Two broken wings, a broken spark plug, the cover underneath it, and the engine cover. And every one of those parts has gone on back order. And every time I pick the car up, I think it's good to go, and it's not. And I don't know what point I hit where I just say I don't want the car back. Like, lemon law's a thing. I don't know all the rules exactly. I know if it's over 30 days out of service, that you can claim it, but they still get one chance to fix it. And I don't even want this car anymore. I'm telling everyone who's considering buying a Focus RS to not. One, because Ford's customer service has gone down the toilet. I actually had the service manager down there looking when they punctured a hole in the bottom, and I went and grabbed after I left the dealer 4 times, I went and grabbed the general manager and said, look, what the hell's going on? And he said, I don't know why I'm here right now. And that's embarrassing for Freeway Ford in Bloomington. Their lack of their service manager, fantastic. He's trying his heart out. Doesn't fix the problem, which is that the car is broke as hell by them over and over again. And then a bunch of coincidence, which I don't buy. So anyway, I don't know when I'm going to get my car back. It's March 23rd. It's been a month and a half at least since I dropped the car off. I still haven't been able to take it home for more than a day or two without an issue, and I'm very disappointed with Ford's customer service. I tried calling their actual corporate customer service and got nothing, and they're picking up a car payment for me, but that's 1 month, and we're almost at 2, so I'm curious as to whether that'll happen for a second month, and it doesn't make me feel better. I bought the car to drive it, not to get free payments for not driving it, and they're trying to hook me up with oil changes and tire swap overs and stuff, but it's just not. It doesn't even touch the base of how frustrated I am. And this is the third Ford I bought, and it's probably going to be the last one, especially because they're not addressing the issue with these RSs. They're having head lift issues with exhaust pressure going out and then coming right back into the motor and creating head lift and stripping out your head bolts. And you can go find that 2-3 liter motor. Go look it up on YouTube. It's all over the place. It's known now. We'll see how Ford handles it, but I would recommend not buying a Focus RS because I don't think these motors are going to get even close. And I didn't buy a $40,000 car, $50,000 car, depending on when you bought it, to drop 10 grand in a motor right after it gets out of its warranty. So we'll see what happens. I just want my car back, but either way, this is why you should not buy a Focus RS, and I will stick to that. I'm probably going to keep mine. Let's be honest, I love the car. And there's not really a whole lot of choice I can do with it, especially now that they're worth nothing because everybody knows they have problems. But yeah, I'm going to keep driving it when I get it back, and I love it. Don't buy a Focus RS.